to do.
I feel like I trust you.
Whatever happened to trust?
What you filming?
A vlog.
Careful.
I'm a bit unsure about how I feel about this breakfast I've just made. I was inspired by, I think her name's Sarah McKay. She's on TikTok and YouTube. She's like a fitness Instagram girly. She's been doing these savory yogurt breakfasts, and I've been trying to work out how to use more yogurt in my life. Wow, that sounds a little weird. Also, I realise it looks like I just got out of bed. I am in fact dressed and ready for the day. I just live in my dressing gown. I don't know if anyone else is the same. Anyway, this breakfast, it's a savoury yogurt bowl with tomatoes, sweet potato, avo, and feta. I don't know, I just feel like something about this shouldn't work. Mom's breakfast looks much nicer, and I do wish I just made something normal. But instead, I'm trying this. Lo and behold, it's actually quite nice. Savoury yogurt bowls. I think the best one I had was the Turkish eggs. This thing on? Okay, we're on. So if you guys are new here, hey, I'm Jazz, and at the end of last year, I quit my full-time job as a corporate girly to pursue my passion in video editing, and I'm now doing it full-time. It's been almost 5 full months of just living out my dreams and creating content and videos for people, and I never know what to say. Like, I mean, in the best way. I'm just so thrilled with the way my life looks now. I have so much fun. This is a childhood dream. I remember being about 15 years old and thinking I would love to do this, but in my head at that time, it was never a thing to just edit videos. You either had to be a videographer and do the full suite of things, or it was nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Now I freelance, I have a few clients that I work for, and I thought I would take you guys along with what a week in the life looks like for me at the moment. It is Wednesday today, and I finished a video first thing this morning for my YouTube client, so I'm going to get that video across to her shortly. Actually, that's something cool I can talk to you guys about. I decided to try my hand at videography recently, so one of my lovely friends, Nachos, let me borrow some of his camera equipment, and I went out and I filmed a few videos for my hairdresser. So that was, funnily enough, a lot harder than I thought it would be. I really struggle a lot with feeling like I'm not good enough as a videographer, because I am blessed to work for award-winning videographers, like literally nationally some of the best in their field. And so I, every single day, see footage that is like the best of the best. So in my head, I'm like, if I don't get footage that looks like that, there is no point in creating, which is clearly like not the case. So I was trying to get over that hurdle, and then at the same time, like actually using a proper camera and getting your exposure right and all that. I mean, sure, I could just have it on auto and that would do, you know, the camera will do what it needs to do. I really wanted to practice filming manual. So that was a hurdle to overcome, but I also went out and did another shoot recently. I just shadowed one of the said beautiful, incredible videographers that I work for. And it's really funny. On the day, I just lost all confidence. I learned so much being with him, but I just don't believe in my abilities as a videographer, which is really sad, and I will get there with time. Anyway, point of that story was that I have to edit that video for the hairdresser. She would like it by Friday. However, I do have a wedding video that I've been working on for a little bit too long. Like, I don't have a deadline on it as such, but I really would like to get it out of my life. So I think my plan is to work on that for a few hours. I've got an appointment at lunchtime. I'll head out for a bit, maybe go to the gym, and then keep going with the hairdressing video this afternoon. So on that note, it's 10 a.m. I better get back to work. Alright, so I've been editing here for a few hours, and the last time you guys saw me, I had done, so this is my timeline here. This is the timeline. Last time you guys saw me, I had only done that much, and now I've done all of that. So I've done, what is it, like just over 5 minutes of this 7-minute film, 7.5-minute film. Just gotten up to the first kiss, and then the next part of the film is always fun because it's like where you show all the dancing and stuff like that. I feel like it probably took me a little longer than normal to get to this point because this is a big Greek wedding, so they were doing lots of traditional things when the bride and groom were getting ready in the morning. So I was trying to kind of work out how to condense what would be normally just the bride getting dressed and with their girlfriends to also include like the dancing, and for the groom he was like getting ready and all this stuff. So still happy with that. Hey, how are you?
Thank you so much once again.
I'm pretty good. I've got a little bit to do this week, but like my next couple weeks I'm looking a bit light on. I just still have in my head that I'm not a very good videographer.
And I think it's just that kind of block that you have because you're a good editor.
Yes.
So you're thinking, well, if I'm a good editor, I can see the shots, I can
exactly
recreate. So I think that's the only reason that is holding you back.
Correct.
So, done. Thank you again, Jess.
Okay, I'll chat to you soon.
Appreciate it. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I love that man. Guys, I've been drinking this tea for ages. This tea expired in 2021. Oops. Look, I've been drinking it and I'm still here, so. I was definitely obsessed with Our City. Saw Ed Sheeran here in, I think it was 2012. He is a bit fit. And my most listened to song was I Like Me Better by Loud. That song, it's like in my blood, yeah. Come out of it and crazy.
DJI about to announce a new one with 2 lenses. Oh, hey,
Welcome
sorry,
back to another video.
Hi.
There's going to be a Coachella vlog. Did you see my phone? Phone sitting here. It was like this. So we'll see you before, you'll be back before 5.
No, that was really lame. I clearly know you're there. Why am I pretending I don't know you're there? I put you there. So, why am I so awkward, man? Just let me talk to you like a normal person, even though you're a camera. Okay, anyone watching this is a gym goer. Let me tell you, my husband is a PT. He writes excellent programs. I have finally seen results after years because his programs are so well structured. What I was going to say was that if you're a gym goer, he has got me doing 5 sets of Bulgarians. Yeah, I hope you feel sorry for me because it's Oh, the gym is truly my happy place. I am so grateful that I can be so flexible in my routine and not have to go to the gym at 5 a.m. Although some days I still get up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym, but I can just work it into my lifestyle in a way that suits me. In 5 minutes, I'm jumping on a call with my YouTube client. I haven't spoken to her properly in a really long time, so I just want to get a feel for how things are going with us and if she's got any other ideas on things she wants to see in future videos, and I'll share some of my ideas and things like that. So I'm looking forward to chatting with her. She's really cool. And actually, because I've only got a few minutes to go, I will tell you the story after, but I did almost nab a really big YouTube client, but I ended up turning them away, which was not an easy decision, but I got to get ready for this. So let me do the call and then I'll tell you the story. It's weird, it's been so long since we've seen each other, although like I feel like because I'm editing your videos, I feel like I'm always with you in a weird way, you know, get that. I'm vlogging this week as well, and it's kind of hard when you vlog. I feel like if you don't plan it out, sometimes the content is just all over the place. And I think the consistency and the style is really good. If you're happy with that, or if you're wanting me to try anything a little bit different, like, cool, okay. Anything else from you? Have a nice day. Bye. I like working for nice people. All the people I work for are so nice. Let's for a second. I think that's the thing when you work in a creative industry, like everyone gets it. Like everyone is just so nice. Oh, I love my job. Are you surprised I'm back in my dressing gown? Because I'm not. I have so many bloody hard drives. That's the thing when you work with footage. It's just like, this is 3. I have 5 that I work off of. Something that people do not think about is that often that, like, especially if you're someone that's like a videographer and you're making videos for clients, you need to have backups of your footage. Because I remember I had a client that I was working for and the hard drive just completely went kaput halfway through an edit. Lucky they had the footage backed up. I did have to start the edit again because I hadn't backed up the edit, but like, things go wrong, you know? Before I get stuck back into this other highlight edit, the one I was doing the other day, let me tell you guys what happened with these YouTubers, because I had a really exciting opportunity to edit videos for this couple that do travel videos. They go on cruises, which I love, and they go travel all over the world, and I did a trial edit for them. And look, I'll tell you guys basically where I went wrong. They were really adamant from the beginning, like, we would really like to understand how much it's going to cost. And I said, look, I'm not going to really know that until I do your trial video. That's why I'm offering you a trial, because sometimes you can get videos where you get lots of footage, but the telling of the story and the outcome is more simple to edit. You can even have it the other way around, where you have less footage that you're working with, but because of the storytelling aspect of it, it's more complex, right? So I was trying to explain this to them, and they're like, look, can you just give us a ballpark figure of how many hours you think it would take to edit one of our videos? So I did that, and then lo and behold, because their travel videos are quite complex, they're really big on the storytelling aspect, and because they gave me hours of footage, it took me longer than what I had originally said it would. So when I gave them my final quote, they were like, oh, look, this is probably a bit out of our budget. Can you bring it down? It was like a real seesaw, because I, on one hand, am still a bit new to this industry, but on the other hand, I've also been editing videos for 20 years. So I felt like what I was charging was reasonable to my skill level and what I would bring to them. I did then offer to come down and meet them at their price. However, I said, if you're going to be wanting to pay less, you're going to get less, essentially, which is completely fair and reasonable, right? Within this budget, this is what you'll get. Within this budget, you'll get more. So I just changed some of the deliverables and aspects, and they were like, look, I don't think that's going to work for us either. At the end of the day, I didn't quite feel like it was fair, especially these are big YouTubers. Like, they've got lots of subscribers. They have a very engaged audience, and they were very open with me and said that out of all the editors we trialed, you were by far the best by like a mile. And we connected with you the most. And I, you know, really pride myself on not just being good at my job, but like being a nice person and being honest. And I was trying to give them insight into the industry and why people charge the way they do. Like, this was even before we were going back and forth about my pricing, because they were obviously new to working with editors. So I was just trying to kind of give them some information as to what this field is like. So in the end, I said no, which, like, part of me was like, maybe I should have just said yes. It would have helped me build up my portfolio. I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason. I think that the experience of doing the trial for them and working with them has taught me things, and I think that another client will come along and it will be right for me, you know? So disappointing, but it is what it is. There's almost part of me that wants to explore this videography side of things too, and I sent my videos to the hairdresser and she loved them, and it just made me feel like I have spent a lot of my life telling myself that I can't do things, that I can't achieve things. And the truth is that with time, you can achieve anything. Like, I think about how much I've learned in the last 5 months doing this work. Even with videography, there were so many things that I used to look at and be like, how do people learn these things with cameras and how to get shots, and already some of these things are making sense in my head, right? So now I'm like thinking about buying a camera, but God, cameras are so bloody expensive. So it's like trying to weigh up like what my priorities are with my business and with my personal life too. So I think once I finish this edit, I'm going to take some time to kind of do some business strategy stuff. I hope I can get this edit done today. I'm 5 minutes in, so 5 out of 7 minutes. I think I can do it. I think I can get it done. So I'm gonna get to work. My computer's here. I'm gonna get to work.
3 hours later.
I feel like I could fall asleep, but alas, we have a full timeline. Yay. I still need to do the sound design, and if you're not someone that's like really into videos and editing and stuff, you probably don't even realize how big of a role sound design plays. So like it's when you hear people cheering or you hear background noise, even if it's just like nature and stuff like that. It's like all that kind of stuff that brings everything together and makes a film feel real and grounded in reality. So that's what I'm going to do after I eat lunch and maybe have a nap. Nah, I won't have a nap. I will get this done, and then everything that was on my list is like big tick, you know? So I wonder how many hours I've spent on this particular film. I keep a log of all of the hours I work on every project, because some clients I charge per hour, other clients I charge per project. And this particular film, let's have a look, see. So far I've spent exactly 10 hours on this one. So by the time I do the sound design, it'll be like 11 to 12 hours, which is pretty standard and pretty good for a highlight film. So that's my kind of average time I work to, depending on how complex the film is, how complex the story is, but I'm very happy with that. You guys are not gonna believe what Ollie came and did at 5 o'clock in the morning. Look at this. He plunked himself right next to me on the bed. He also did this at 1 o'clock. What's wrong with him? Let's go have a cuddle because your jumper says so. Ollie, show everyone your jumper. Hee. It's funny because he cuddles with Tom and I on the couch all the time, but he is the least cuddly dog in the world. Can I get comfortable? You're like, nah, Mum, you put me here. I'm not moving. Listen, guys, I'm not wearing my glasses and you are far away. I see a red light. I think I'm recording. Cool. You last saw me on Friday and actually did very minimal work over the weekend, which I was stoked about. They say that you quit the 9 to 5 to work 24/7, and sometimes it feels like that, but I love what I do, so I genuinely don't mind if I do have to work on weekends. Yesterday, I worked at LS Creative, and today I'm clearly at home. I'm actually worried I'm starting to get a bit sick. I feel like my heart's been racing just like sitting down and just walking around the house and doing basic stuff. So I'm trying to take it easy. Today, I'm actually giving myself a challenge to not edit any videos today. Mentally, it's really hard because when I am editing, that's when I'm getting paid. I either get paid like per hour or per project. So to me, if I am not editing, I'm not doing activities that work towards making money. And it's never about like being rich and making a load of money. It's literally just about keeping a roof above my head and trying to make sure we have enough money to survive, you know? Rather than working for the business, aka editing, I'm trying to work on the business. So things that are going to help me from like an admin perspective, be up to date with things and to try and grow my business. One of my goals was to get another YouTube client. Obviously, I was really close, just missed out. And so I want to start proactively reaching out to some people that I would love to edit for. I have a list of people that I just think it would be sick to be able to work with them. And I can't do that unless I actually put myself out there and try reach out to these people. I've got some stuff here. I might potentially look at upgrading our internet because I need to download a lot of files. So some faster internet would be good. So I'm looking into that today. I'm going to do some deductions for my tax work. And something that I really need to consider if I do want to get into videography, really I probably need to consider it now as an editor as well, is getting professional liability and personal indemnity insurances. Because if something goes wrong, I'm screwed, you know? I also need to upgrade some of my music licenses. So when you make videos for people, you need to make sure you're using non-copyrighted tracks. If you post on YouTube, you know what I mean. The subscriptions I have only cover for personal use, and now that I've made some videos for my hairdresser, she's planning on using them as ads. So I've got to make sure I've got the right licenses for the music in those videos. I also want to update my portfolio because I've done a lot more work since I last did my portfolio. So I want to make sure that it really is putting me in the best light, particularly if I want to try get some more YouTubers. I really want to make sure that the portfolio is looking exactly how I want it to look. I do have some appointments today, so I will be out for a few hours in the afternoon, but I'll bring my laptop and I will see how I go getting all these things done. Now, in order to go turn you off, I'm going to have to get up. I'm coming. All right, let's do it. You would be forgiven for thinking that Ollie and I have not moved off this couch all day, but that is in fact not true. I have been out of the house. I went to the dentist, exciting. I got my hair done, which you probably can't tell. And I have been working away at the business today, which I felt like initially this wouldn't feel like a productive day, but it actually feels like it's been a very productive day. And I'm really happy with what I've achieved. So I sorted out my music licensing, which, guys, it is so expensive to have music in your videos that isn't going to get copyrighted. Like, I'm sorry, what do you mean? I've just spent $300 a year for access to music to use in videos for my clients. And what do you mean that that's cheap? The platform I really wanted to use was called MusicBed, and that was like more than double than what I've paid for Epidemic Sound, which is who I went with. A lot of YouTubers use Epidemic Sound. I'm not sure it's going to be the best platform for my corporate stuff. I think that my personal view is that for corporate work, MusicBed and Artlist is really good, and for YouTube, Epidemic Sound is good. But listen, that's all I could afford today. I did get some quotes for some insurances. Again, like $600 for the year, if not more. Guys, I'm really at the sticky point now in business where, because I'm wanting to grow and try new things, it's costing me more. And it's really hard trying to find that balance of how much money do I keep for the business? How much money do I put to just my general life living expenses? I'm really trying to find that balance of, do I go hard on the business for a while? Do I pull back, take it slow? There's a lot to it. The thing I'm happiest with today, though, was the development of 2 portfolios, not one. I decided to do 2 because I feel like the type of client for YouTube and the type of things they want to see is very different to my corporate clients. So I decided to do a YouTube one that's a bit more fun and showcases that kind of thing better. And then my corporate one's a little bit more straight, slick, corporate, you know. I've always used Canva to create websites for my portfolio work because it's easy, looks good. So this is my little landing page for my YouTube one. And I think I like how it's bright and colorful. And then this is my corporate one. As you can see, a little bit more slick. It's got examples of like my wedding videos and my corporate videos and stuff. So I'm very happy that I can now rest easy and start sending this on to clients. I'm just actually waiting on 2 of my clients to send me testimonials so that way I can put them in there. Now it's done. I'm actually really happy that I did this today. I think I've been putting this off for a while because I've been so busy with editing work and was kind of like questioning the value of taking a day to work on the business, which now, as I say that out loud, is really stupid. But I also thought it was important to show this to you guys because as a video editor, I feel like what you see is people just doing the editing, but there's obviously a lot more to it than that. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this little snippet of a few days in my life, my new life, which I'm just loving. Oh. guys, if you have a passion, pursue it. You will just, my nervous system is so happy. I just love my life. I do. I feel like even when I'm dealing with hardships in life, this is the thing that consistently grounds me and brings me joy. I highly encourage you, if you've got a passion, go for it. Go for it. Don't hesitate. I wish I'd done this earlier, but everything happens for a reason. Everything in the right timing, you know. So anyway, I'm babbling. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed following me along, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye guys.